10 before the hour. A couple of really bizarre decisions by the Supreme Court today. And the one that to me is, I simply can't understand this one. It was a unanimous decision. The Supreme Court struck down a Massachusetts law. And I like the way the New York Times puts it. A Massachusetts law that barred protests, counseling, and other speech near abortion clinics. You know, I don't like the way Adam Liptak and John Schwartz, who bylined this article, I think that first sentence is an example of, I don't know what. The Supreme Court struck down a Massachusetts law that barred protests, counseling, other speech near abortion clinics. No, they struck down a law that said protesters had to stay 35 feet away from the entrance. Do you know what 35 feet is, for Christ's sake? It's six-footers stretched out. I mean, from head to foot of the 9 justices on the Supreme Court, if you lined them up, you would have probably more than 35 feet. So Adam Liptak and John Schwartz, New York Times, shame on you, because you're presenting what the Supreme Court did in one of the most prejudiced ways I can imagine. They did not. The Massachusetts law did not bar protests. It did not bar counseling near abortion clinics. It said there's a 35-foot limit. Once a woman who is seeking an abortion crosses that line, you anti-abortion loudmouths have got to leave her alone. Now, with this, and it was unanimous decision. This part drives me crazy. So now, the Massachusetts abortion clinic, these goddamn ugly anti-abortion people who have no business approaching these women with, "Oh, don't kill me, I'm a little baby in your tummy." Now, these anti-abortion, they're really women haters. Even the women are women haters. They have been so brainwashed, so Stockholm syndromed, that they will work against their own gender. But now they can walk with someone who has made a ferocious decision to terminate a pregnancy based on a reason that the bastards that are now going to haunt them up to the door have no idea. They don't know why someone is going in for an abortion. It's none of their goddamn business. But now, with this Supreme Court decision, these stinking protesters can harass a woman right up to the door. Incredible.
What I wanted to say as a woman, what did you see the sweet little granny that apparently was that
was her case,
the main plaintiff in the lawsuit,
right? And
she got there on the camera. And this woman clearly is not going to be in line for an abortion anytime soon. Standing up there and saying, "Well, we're just trying to minister to these. I'm not being allowed to help. I can't help. They're not going to let me. They're going to stop me from helping." It's like, who the hell asked you to help? What are you going to stand there and you know, unless you're going to stand there and hold the speculum, I don't need your help.
This woman made it all about her.
It was all about her. This 80-year-old woman who obviously is not going to have an abortion, and it's none of her damn business who else is going to have. I mean, I'm sorry. I have.
Now let me just add to this, Kathy. The law in Massachusetts that was enacted 7 years ago created this 35-foot buffer zone around entrances to abortion clinics. State officials in Massachusetts said the law had become necessary. It was response to a history of harassment and violence at abortion clinics in Massachusetts, including a shooting rampage at 2 facilities in 1994. Remember that? Now, the Massachusetts law was challenged on First Amendment grounds by opponents of abortion, who said all they wanted was to have quiet conversations with women entering clinics to tell them about alternatives. I'm a son of a bitch. I mean, how many doctors who perform abortions have to be gunned down? How many nurses have to be shot? How much of this screaming and caterwauling and clawing? We had an abortion clinic here, the women's health center. I can't remember what it was, but these goddamn freaks would get out there every day and crawl across the street, across traffic, and cars were, and they would crawl on their hands and knees, making little mewling sounds. Don't kill me, mommy. Don't kill me. I'm just a baby. Don't kill me, mommy. While women who, for whatever reason, and most of their reasons were valid enough for them, their physician, their moral sense, and hopefully the man who assisted in the pregnancy to make that decision. And these creepy, crawling little bastards coming across, and they weren't little. I mean, these are, for the most part, full-grown men. Don't kill me, mommy. Please, mommy, don't kill me. While a woman is going in to have a procedure performed on her that nobody wants. But if it becomes a matter of privacy and necessity, that this is what I have to do. These creepy religious sons of bitches, I mean, this is the part that just makes me go a little bit psycho. A unanimous decision that said the protesters have a right, those people sticking their goddamn noses in somebody else's deeply private business, that those protesters have a right to walk right up to the door. Now, let's suppose the protesters were protesting drone strikes against American citizens. Or let's supposing they're protesting the XL pipeline or protesting war. The last time I protested war, my ass was locked up in the Washington Detention Center. And these... We'll be right back.